And then we have this. The grand party in Wuhan. The world is yet to shake off the virus. Lockdowns and flight bans are still on in some places. But last night, the streets of Wuhan were packed, as if the pandemic never happened there. With images like these, China is sending a message that all is well in Wuhan, but not everyone is convinced. Our next report brings you the story of Wuhan 1 year after the pandemic began.
On the 31st of December, when most of the world stayed indoors, the people of Wuhan were out on the streets. Thousands stepped out to celebrate the new year without social distancing or restrictions. Has the original epicenter of the virus forgotten about the pandemic? It hasn't. Like a lot of things in China, this too is propaganda. This is the message that China wanted to send to the world on New Year's Eve. In Beijing, Xi Jinping declared that China has defeated the virus. In Wuhan, the Chinese showed it. But all the firecrackers and neon lights of the world cannot obliterate Wuhan's painful memories. Away from the propaganda police, the people of Wuhan remain scarred by the horror, holding on to their masks as they fail to shake off their fears.
I hope that the epidemic can be controlled as soon as possible and everyone can return to their normal life.
I hope that the pandemic can go away soon so that everyone can return to living their lives normally again. Then we wouldn't need to worry each day like this and wouldn't need to wear a mask and things like that.
Those who lost their loved ones are demanding answers. Like Zhang Hai, a local who lost his father to the virus. Zhang believes his father's life could have been saved had authorities told them in time that the virus was contagious. Speaking to an international news outlet, Zhang said he won't rest until Wuhan officials are held accountable. He, along with many locals, tried to sue the government in Wuhan. The attempt hasn't met with much success. The government is rewriting the Wuhan story, and the narrative of the victims has no place in it. An exhibition in Wuhan celebrates the contribution of frontline workers. At the entrance, there's a timeline on display. It describes Xi Jinping's actions and decisions during the pandemic. It doesn't say that he was missing in action for weeks in January. It doesn't even mention the Hunan seafood market, where the first cluster of cases were found. It has no word on the public outcry that followed, or reports that local level officials hid crucial details in the early days. The seafood market itself remains partitioned and sealed by 8-foot-high metal barricades. Later this month, a team from the World Health Organization is set to visit Wuhan. Their first visit since the probe was announced more than 6 months back. A probe into the origins of the Wuhan virus. A probe that is already a lost cause. The team of international experts will not conduct an investigation of their own. Instead, they will augment the studies carried out by China. What kind of a probe is it that builds on the case of the accused? It is safe to assume that China has wiped the truth about Wuhan. It only wants the world to see fireworks and pool parties. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.